Hello, English learners. Welcome back to the Learn English channel. I'm Luna, and I'm thrilled to be here with you today.
And I'm Martin. If you're serious about taking your English fluency to the next level, please make sure to hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future lessons.
Absolutely. Martin, do you ever feel like you have way too many things to do and not enough hours in the day?
Oh, constantly, Luna. I feel like I'm always juggling work deadlines, personal goals, and trying to squeeze in some social time. It's a real challenge, isn't it?
It really is. And that feeling of being overwhelmed is incredibly common, especially for students and young professionals. So that brings us perfectly to today's topic.
That's right. Today, we are diving deep into the essential life skill of time management and the ever-elusive goal of achieving the perfect work-life balance.
We want to show you practical strategies from the moment you wake up until you go to sleep that will help you organize your schedule, reduce stress, and most importantly, give you more time for the things you actually enjoy.
And as always here on Learn English, we'll be teaching you key vocabulary throughout the episode, words that native speakers use when talking about productivity and managing demands. Words like prioritize, burnout, and slump will be part of our lesson.
So whether you are trying to balance your studies with a part-time job or just figure out how to make time for exercise, this video is for you. We're going to help you take control of your schedule.
Ready to transform your approach to the daily grind, Luna?
I am absolutely ready. Let's dive in and start with the most crucial part of the day, the morning grind.
All right, Luna, let's move on to segment 2, the morning grind. This is where the day is either won or lost. If you start chaotic, the rest of your day will probably follow suit.
I totally agree. To have a productive day, you need a quick and efficient morning routine. Martin, what's your number one tip for an efficient start?
My biggest tip is don't hit the snooze button. I know it's tempting, but snoozing actually makes you feel groggier when you finally wake up. Try to get up on your first alarm.
That takes real discipline. I find that the biggest time waster in the morning is immediately checking my phone. It sucks you into social media or emails before your brain is even ready.
Exactly. Try to delay looking at your screen for at least 10 or 15 minutes. Use that time to set your intention for the day. Think about 1 or 2 important things you want to achieve.
So instead of reacting to the world, you're being proactive. I also think incorporating some physical movement helps. I don't mean a full workout, but even a 5-minute stretch or a quick walk around the house.
That's a great idea. Moving your body first thing in the morning can boost your energy and motivation significantly. It's a way to tell your body it's time to go.
So to summarize the morning grind strategy, wake up on time, avoid the phone, and move your body. That's how you kickstart your day with energy.
Perfect. Now that we're energized, let's talk about what happens when the tasks start piling up midday in segment 3, managing tasks and focus.
All right, Martin. We're in the heart of the workday or study time, and the tasks are really piling up. This is where most people start to feel overwhelmed. The first strategy we need is to prioritize.
Prioritize is a crucial word here. It means deciding which task is the most important and urgent. You can't do everything at once. You have to identify your A tasks, the ones that will have the biggest impact.
And the best way to manage those priorities is by creating a proper to-do list. But don't just write down every single thought. A messy list can be just as overwhelming as having no list at all.
I totally agree. I use what's called the 1-3-5 rule. I commit to one major task, 3 medium tasks, and 5 small tasks for the day. That makes the whole list feel achievable. You can check things off and feel that satisfaction.
That's a fantastic system. But even with a perfect list, we face the enemy of productivity: distractions.
The phone, the notifications, the endless internet rabbit holes, distractions are everywhere. For me, the solution is deep focus. I block out an hour, put my phone on Do Not Disturb mode, and focus intensely on just one task.
I practice something similar called the Pomodoro technique: 25 minutes of intense work, followed by a short 5-minute break. It sharpens your focus and trains your brain to concentrate during those short bursts.
Great tip, Luna. So the key strategies for the midday are: use your to-do list effectively, learn to prioritize, and actively minimize those distractions to maximize your output.
Excellent. But what happens when the clock hits 2 p.m. and our focus completely disappears? Martin, let's talk about the afternoon slump in our next segment.
Okay, Luna. The clock is striking 2 or 3 p.m. Lunch has been digested, the morning energy is gone, and suddenly you feel heavy and sluggish. We call this universally relatable moment the afternoon slump.
Ugh, I hate the slump. It's that feeling of mental fog when you read the same sentence 5 times and still don't absorb the information. You feel pressured to keep working, but your productivity plummets.
Exactly. The worst thing you can do is try to force yourself to do high-level cognitive work when you're in the slump. You need a transition management strategy. The secret is the micro break.
Tell me more about the micro break. How long should it be?
Short and sweet, 5 to 10 minutes maximum. The goal is to change your state completely. Don't look at social media, that will just drain you more. Instead, physically step away from your workspace.
So I should go outside for some fresh air or maybe make a cup of tea?
Absolutely. Even better, do some light movement. A quick stretch or walk down the hallway and back. This helps regulate your blood sugar and gets oxygen to your brain. It's not laziness. It's maximizing your productivity for the rest of the afternoon.
That's a powerful perspective. So instead of being defeated by the slump, we use a short break to recharge and manage the transition between peak energy and late day focus.
Precisely. Now that we know how to manage the workday, we need to address the challenge outside of work or study. How do we juggle responsibilities with our friends? Let's move on to segment 5, social life versus study.
Martin, this is perhaps the hardest part of managing time, especially for students. Figuring out how to balance time for friends, hobbies, and mandatory work or study.
It truly is. Imagine you have a major assignment due tomorrow, but your friends invite you out tonight. You desperately want to go, but you know you shouldn't. This is where you need to learn 2 critical skills: saying no and setting boundaries.
Learning to say no is surprisingly difficult. We often fear missing out, or what people call FOMO. But if you constantly say yes to everything, you are saying no to your own goals and your own rest.
Exactly. Setting healthy boundaries is about protecting your time. You can tell your friends, "I can't go tonight, but I am free this weekend. Let's plan something then." You prioritize your tasks without cutting off your social life completely.
And the cost of not setting these boundaries is high. If you push yourself too hard, taking on too many commitments, you risk experiencing burnout.
Burnout is not just being tired. It's a serious state of physical or emotional exhaustion. It's when you feel totally depleted and cynical about your responsibilities. Preventing burnout requires conscious effort to maintain balance.
Remember, having a social life is crucial for well-being, but it should complement your goals, not constantly derail them. finding that balance is key.
Fantastic point, Luna. Before we wrap up the evening routine, let's take a quick moment to solidify the new vocabulary we've introduced. Next up, Segment 6, Key Vocabulary Focus.
All right, Martin. We've covered a lot of ground today, and we've introduced some truly helpful English words related to productivity and time management. It's time to review our 5 key vocabulary items.
Excellent idea. Let's solidify these words. Everyone watching, repeat the word and the meaning after us.
First, we have prioritize. This means deciding which tasks are the most important and urgent, the ones you need to do first.
Next is to-do list, a simple but vital term. It's the list of tasks you plan to complete. Remember, a good list helps you focus.
Third, a very common feeling, slump. This refers to a sudden drop in energy or performance, especially the afternoon slump.
Number 4 is a serious condition we must avoid, burnout. This is a state of complete emotional and physical exhaustion caused by prolonged stress.
And finally, the ultimate goal of today's video, balance. This is the state where you give the right amount of time and effort to work, study, and your personal life.
Perfect. Now that you know these words, try using them in English this week. Say, I need to prioritize my tasks, or I am fighting the slump.
Now that we have the vocabulary locked down, let's talk about how to end the day effectively, because a productive evening leads to a great morning. Up next, evening wind down and sleep. Martin, we've successfully navigated the morning, the midday, and the late afternoon. Now we've reached the final and perhaps most crucial segment for long-term productivity, the evening wind down.
This is the moment when you must consciously decide to turn off your work brain. You need to transition from being productive to being relaxed. This is what we mean by wind down.
I think a lot of people make the mistake of working or studying right up until they climb into bed. That makes it impossible for the mind to settle. What's your key tip for winding down?
I impose a strict technology curfew. No checking emails or looking at work-related documents for at least 30 minutes before I plan to sleep. Instead, I read a physical book or listen to calming music.
That's a fantastic rule. The blue light from screens can severely impact your ability to get quality sleep. And we need to emphasize that sleep is not a luxury. It's a non-negotiable part of productivity.
Couldn't agree more. Quality sleep is when your brain consolidates all the information you learned during the day. If you cut corners on sleep, you're sabotaging your focus for the next morning.
So, consistency is vital. Try to go to bed and wake up at roughly the same time every day, even on weekends. That sets your internal clock for optimal performance.
Perfect. A relaxing wind-down routine, avoiding screens, and aiming for consistent, quality sleep are the final steps to mastering your time.
We've covered the whole day. Now it's time to bring it all together and ask our viewers for their input. Let's move to segment 8, summary and practice.
And that brings us to the end of our comprehensive guide to mastering time and life balance. Luna, let's quickly summarize the key takeaways for everyone watching.
Absolutely. Remember the core principles. Start your day with an efficient and proactive morning grind.
Midday, learn to effectively prioritize your tasks and create a focused to-do list while aggressively fighting distractions.
Don't let the afternoon slump defeat you. Use short micro breaks to manage the transition and recharge your energy.
To maintain long-term well-being and avoid burnout, you must learn to set healthy boundaries and say no to find true balance.
And finally, end your day with a peaceful evening wind-down routine to ensure you get consistent, high-quality sleep.
Time management is a skill, not a talent, so keep practicing these techniques. Now, we want to hear from you. We have our question of the day.
This is your chance to practice using the vocabulary and share your experience. The question is,
How do you manage to achieve work-life balance in your daily life?
share your answers, tips, and strategies in the comments section below. Try to use some of the vocabulary we covered today, like prioritize or burnout. We love reading your responses.
If you found these tips helpful and you learned something new today, please give this video a big thumbs up.
Don't forget to subscribe to Learn English for more practical lessons and vocabulary boosters.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next video.